Workers' comp is what we call a no-fault system. And essentially what that means is it doesn't matter if you get hurt, if it's your fault or whether it's someone else's fault or whether it's nobody's fault. As long as you're injured in the course and scope of your employment, you're entitled to workers' comp benefits. This is a little bit different than what we call the personal injury world. And most of the time that's like a car accident. In a car accident case, if a person's driving down the road and struck by another car, or in a car accident, they're only entitled to compensation if it's another person's fault. If a person's in a wreck and it's their fault, unfortunately they're out of luck. And so that's one of the benefits and positives to the workers' comp system.
If I get, I'm doing my job, doing what I'm supposed to be doing, where I'm supposed to be doing it, and I pick something up, I've used the wrong lifting technique, and I hurt my back and I need surgery, the employer is still responsible for that. We don't care that it's my fault. By the same token, if my employer creates an unsafe condition at work that causes my injury, it's the employer's fault. My case is no more valuable or no less valuable. Faults is just not an issue that we're even concerned with. Some employers will tell you, well, it was your fault, so we don't have to pay. That's not true. They do have to pay, unless it's one of those exceptions that 99.9% of the time don't apply.
No two cases are the same. There are so many different factors that come into play when you're valuing a person's case. They're literally like comparing apples to oranges. You have to consider the person's injury. What body part did they injure? Because each body part is worth a different amount. How much money was that person making when they got hurt? Because there's a direct correlation to the amount of money you're making when you got hurt and the value of a person's case. You have to consider, did you have surgery? What type of recovery did you have from your surgery? Are you able to go back to work? Did you just hurt one body part, or do you have multiple body parts that are hurt? And so when we talk about value, those are all factors that come into play, and until we're able to accurately size up each individual factor together, it's really premature to put a value on a person's case. And the worst thing a person can do is talk to somebody else who's had a workers' comp case. We hear all the time, well, my cousin's brother's friend had a workers' comp case and he got this amount of money. And I'm always we always preach, you can't listen to what they got. You can't compare what they got to what you may get. You may get a lot more, you may get a lot less. We just don't know.
And our interest here at Elrod Pope is really not what somebody's case is worth. Our interest in representing someone is helping them to get the benefits that the law says they're entitled to, and to help them recover, because in our opinion, in our experience, the best thing for most of our clients is to be able to go back to work. Absolutely. For the same employer. So if we're starting from the standpoint of, well, my case is worth X, then we're probably not going to get to the place that we want to get to at the end. If it's all about dollars and cents at the beginning, at the end, you're not going to be satisfied.